You're live. Awesome. Great to be live. That's right, it's me, Paul's Ego, everybody. Just say no. Say no to life. Can I have a rim job? Yes. Yes, you can. There you go. There's your delicious rim job, sir. Le Pen or Macron? Fuck, dude. I don't know. I don't really care about the French election. That's up for France to decide. If I was there voting, I'd probably do the same thing I did in the U.S. election, which is not vote. Metallica or Megadeth? I gotta go with Metallica, but I like Megadeth, alright. Lumberjack TJ, that's right. I'm the lumber taker. I think Le Pen is a very Trump-esque candidate. You know, she says some things that are politically incorrect that you might be inclined to agree with, but I also think there's a lot of baggage tied to that that you probably don't realistically want for yourselves. Macron, I think there's like, you know, he's kind of just a middle of the road candidate, so it's not a great choice. Where's Scotty? I don't know. He's dead. Real men wear flannel. Damn right, sir. Damn right. Oh, God, no! No! Yeah, how dare I? Oh, what's this? Just wanted you to know that the ad I watched before this stream was more interesting than you. Okay, bye now. Bye, Andrew Smith Q. You lazy, stupid, degenerate faggot. When's the next show? You mean the next Drunken Peasants? It's on Monday. You know, that's like got a regular schedule to it, right? Rather fuck Miley Cyrus or Katy Perry? I'd definitely rather fuck Katy Perry. She's got some tits on her. Miley Cyrus ain't got nothing. She ain't got no curves. She's like a stick. I don't want to fuck a stick, dude. Katy Perry for sure. But with her small ass, it would make your dick look huge. I don't care. I don't need my dick to look huge. I'd rather have a big ass. Haha, what the fuck, baby or dog? What? TJ, have you ever had a foot job? I don't think I have, actually. Does it fuck with you giving out so much personal stuff on your channel? Not really. I've always been that way. Have I heard about Wesley Snipes? Yeah, I've heard about him. He exists. What's the mental retard illness which makes kids rock back and forth? It's called TJosis, dude. Go away, TJ Kirk, you lazy sack of shit. How come I can't block you? Block. Block! There we go. Always bet on black. Once you go black, you never go back. Does your cum contain elements of cyanide? Probably does. My least favorite Manson song is Para Noir. Sorry to hear you were abused, TJ. I'm still not sure that I was. But yeah, I mean, I definitely recognize that, you know, my dad created a stressful environment. Do you like the taste of squirt? No. Who are your favorite comedians? George Carlin, Bill Hicks, Doug Stanhope, early Patton Oswalt, Dave Chappelle, uh, you know, Joe Rogan. TJ, how do you feel about the word moist? I don't know, I don't really like it. Have you eaten Chelsea's ass? Well, obviously I have. Bill Burr, yeah, he's funny. Yeah, Henry Rollins is good. Your dad sounds like an asshole dad, but doesn't everyone have an asshole dad? That's kind of my point. Like, I don't really know what the line is between being an asshole dad and being an abusive dad. And I feel like the line is getting blurred. I feel like this Daddy 05 shit has kind of made it to the point where an asshole dad is now an abusive dad in the eyes of people. Oh, a $20 person. Here's for making my smoke sessions awesome, TJ. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Reveal Dr. Segmento. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Why am I dressed like Michael Moore? Maybe I am Michael Moore. You don't know. How is being an asshole to your kid whose growth and development you are in charge of not abuse? I don't know. I just feel like abuse, and this is where it kind of becomes a semantic argument, semantics argument. I just feel like abuse is kind of like crossing a line into something that's like more like, you know, I'm gonna put a cigarette out on you or something, or, you know, your dad comes in and fucking beats the fuck out of you because he's drunk, or, you know, he sneaks in your room at night and sticks his dick in your ass or something like that. You know, I feel like that's definitively on the abuse spectrum, and I feel like your dad being an asshole, which tons of people in your life are going to be assholes, but I feel like your dad just being an asshole is just, you know, it sucks, but I don't know if it crosses that line into abuse. I guess I'm still wrestling with that. But eh. Some assholeness is required for building character and backbone. I really think that that's the thing that pissed people off about the Daddy 05 thing, is that he wasn't being an asshole to build his kid's character or anything like that. He was just kind of pettily fucking with them to exploit them for views and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's why people were so upset, more than actually what was being done, but the context it was being done within. Just not really, like, I'm not trying to teach my son a lesson or anything. I'm just trying to fuck with him because I'm an immature fucking piece of shit who shouldn't even probably be a father, and just using it to fucking get YouTube views and shit and exploiting them in front of the entire world. But, you know. So, TJ, so what do you think of the drug culture and parenting? The drug culture and parenting? I don't know. I don't really know what the crossroads are there. I think if you're a drug addict, that definitely probably. I should avoid that sort of thing. I'd say that probably inhibits your ability to parent effectively. TJ, why do you hate juggalos so bad? We're not all pieces of shit. I don't really feel like I hate juggalos. What would you do if Paul turned out to be your brother? I'd be fine with that. Paul would be someone I wouldn't mind having as a brother. I feel like we're close enough friends that that would be welcome. RV trip to Gathering of the Juggalos. I don't think I would go to the Gathering of the Juggalos, you know? You couldn't fuck Paul in the ass anymore. I guess you could, but it'd be weird. Oh, I could still fuck him in the ass. Whatever, you know? Brotherly love, you know? Do you like Ricky Gervais's stand-up? Yeah, I think he's pretty funny. Do you think Paul's excessive weed smoking contributes to his depression? No, I really don't. I think that probably he'd be more depressed if he didn't smoke. Unbutton one more button. Okay. There you go. Twerk your chins. I don't know. Did that work? Paul is a weed addict. I don't really know that that's a thing. I mean, I guess it is, but I don't really think Paul fits the profile. Now back. Now button it back up. Okay. Do you still have burn scars on your dick from that oil video? I never had any burn scars from that. The burns, I mean, like, it was not that hot. I made sure it was a temperature that my body could withstand, so. As a libertarian, what are your views on bestiality? Um, I kind of have the attitude that if the animal is fucking you, it's not really abuse of the animal, but if you're fucking the animal, then it is. I have no interest in fucking animals, but you know, whatever. I've definitely looked at porn. Not so much real shit, but like drawings, like hentai and shit of women being fucked by horses or dogs or stuff. I don't really, you know, I think it's fine in fantasy. I'm not really interested in it in real life, but you know, I think it can be cool. There was this drawing by Sparrow. I don't know if you guys are into hentai. You probably know who Sparrow is. Uh, where there's this little Asian chick who fucks this donkey and shit, and you know, it was pretty cool. The weirdest porn I've ever seen. This Japanese shit. There was this Japanese businessman looking motherfucker, and there was this little Japanese schoolgirl like tee, you know, and she fucking gets on the there's a clear plastic toilet that you could totally see through, and it leads into this tube which hooks into a face mask. The businessman puts on the face mask. The little Japanese schoolgirl sits on the toilet and she unleashes a massive torrent of diuretic shit, which you then see going down the tube and curling around, and it goes into his face and shit, and you just hear him fucking gagging and gurgling and making these really fucking disturbing sounds and shit. And he starts choking on the shit, you know, and yeah, that was probably the weirdest porn I ever saw. Shame on you, TJ. Shame on me. Shame on the motherfuckers who made that shit. If you're gonna shame somebody, I wasn't jerking off to it. I was just curious. I was curious, man. Um, but even if I was, whatever. That's my business. Fuck you. Uh, okay. Slow down, y'all. Slow down. Do I think there should be regulations on hentai slash art? No. I think that's, completely against the concept of freedom of speech. You should be able to draw whatever the fuck you want. Would you do a boxing match with Bill O'Reilly? Yeah, I guess I would. I mean, he's old, so I mean, I feel like if we were both the same age, I probably wouldn't. But with him being significantly older, I think maybe that'd be something I'd do. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't know. I like hentai, but I hate when Japanese women have terrible voices in general. I was watching One Punch Man. I got into that. I was kind of reluctant to do it because I've been really disgusted with anime and shit recently, but I saw Bill Burr was watching it, and I'm like, man, if Bill Burr can fucking watch this fucking anime, then it couldn't be that bad. So I watched it, and I really liked it. And one of the cool things about it is there was very few female characters, and I don't dislike female characters, but I just hate Japanese women's voices, especially in fucking anime. They're always so fucking shrill. Why are all the female characters so fucking shrill, dude? You should watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I saw an episode of that, and I have to say it was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It was 100% exposition from start to finish. There was just no subtlety to it whatsoever. It was fucking awful. I think it was just one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. Dear TJ, hold on. Do you think the actions of your father, abusive or not, had a positive impact on your life, intelligence, and business ventures? How different do you think you'd be if he wasn't that way? That's another thing, is like, even though my dad was an exploitative asshole, I feel like he did instill in me some values that have served me pretty well in life. Like he always told me, don't work for someone else, work for yourself. Don't work to make someone else rich, work to make yourself rich. Don't take shit off of people. There's certain things he taught me that I really took to heart, and I think were good lessons. But, I don't know. I don't know what I'm like in the world where I didn't have that. Legit question, TJ. Do you have much experience with being uncertain in a relationship, romantic or otherwise, was abusive in some way? What? I need to read that again. Do you have much experience with being uncertain if a relationship, romantic or otherwise, was abusive? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm dealing with that right now because I put out these comments about the Daddy 05 thing, where I said that I think there's a lynch mob and I think there's this mob mentality against this guy. And I still think that, but I'm starting to realize that, I was wrong to say that it wasn't abuse. I think that my problem was looking at any of the instances by themselves. I think it's pretty hard to make a case for abuse, except for maybe in a couple of them. But when you take them all together and just look at the overall pattern and just kind of imagine this kid's life where, if his dad comes in his room and starts yelling at him, he doesn't know if he's genuinely done something wrong or if it's just a prank. Just living with an authority figure that's constantly just fucking with you for their own amusement. I think that definitely creates an uncomfortable environment. And feelings of sort of inadequacy and all that stuff. So I think it's definitely abuse, but I still think there is this mob mentality, and there's this mob of people who just they start with the assumption of their own moral righteousness and moral correctness, and then proceed from there. And anyone who contradicts that is just automatically pounced on by these people. I think it's kind of silly, honestly. Shoe on head ripped you a new asshole on your Daddy 05 video. Yeah, I mean, I think her heart's in a good place, though. I really do think she's swept away in this herd mentality to an extent. But, I mean, I understand where she's coming from. I think that she's a good person. And I don't think she has bad intentions or anything. And, you know, you definitely gave me some food for thought, so. Your video was not researched and lazy. I unsubbed. I don't understand the research argument. I mean, I've seen the case for why the guy is a piece of shit. I've watched the videos. I mean, I don't know what more research I could do other than just going and living with Daddy 05 or some shit. I mean, I've seen all the arguments for why he's a piece of shit. I don't know what more level of research I was supposed to do before I fucking have an opinion. But whatever. Unsub to your heart's content, bitch. Your opinion wasn't very well researched. I just don't think, you know, I don't think people agreed with my sentiments. I don't know if that makes it poorly researched. I feel like I'd seen about as much of the Daddy 05 shit as most people had. I just hadn't jumped on the bandwagon. That is what all of his videos are like now. Yeah. Just too lazy to research. I don't feel like I used to, I never used to get shit for just speaking off the cuff, you know? I've always just been some guy who fucking turns on the camera and just rants what's in his heart. But recently people have been giving me more shit for being, oh, it's shoddily researched. Shoddily researched. Well, yeah, it is shoddily researched. I don't research my videos. I never fucking have. I just speak from the information I already have. I mean, I guess I have researched some videos, like if I want to find some statistics to back up my case or something, but the rhetoric always just comes from within. It doesn't come from without. But whatever. You know, feel how you wish. How do you research life? That's kind of my point. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this all came about because we covered a story about it on the Drunken Peasants, which I don't research stories from the Drunken Peasants before we do them. We just react to things. So, I mean, this came from this all started because I reacted to something in the moment. And, you know, obviously, I don't research things before I fucking get ready to react to them off the cuff. I didn't even know we were playing something to do with Daddy 05 until we did it. I could have looked into it. I played the Edgy Contrarian to get views. I don't really feel like I'm playing the Edgy Contrarian, but I do honestly feel like if I see a giant mob of people who all just agree on something, I do feel very inclined to play devil's advocate. I don't really feel like I was playing devil's advocate in this case, though. I feel like what I was really just doing is I'd seen the evidence you talk about. I just wasn't convinced by it. But I kind of realize now that it was because there were obstacles within my own childhood and my own upbringing. There were things about my own past I didn't really want to confront that kind of maybe distorted my point of view. I'm not really a very retrospective person, so confronting my own past is not really something that's in my nature. But, you know, this issue kind of forced me to do it and kind of forced me to examine, you know, how I was brought up and, you know, what kind of person my dad was. And, you know, I don't know. So I guess it stirred some confusing feelings in me, and that's pretty much why I made the video I did. But I agree with 90% of what I said in the video. I don't back down from it. The only thing I back down from is the saying it wasn't abuse. I agree it is abuse, what this guy did to his kids. I feel like this guy, this Daddy 05 guy, is really just immature. He strikes me as someone who treats his kids as if they were his siblings, you know? Because the kind of stuff he was doing to his kids is the kind of stuff, like the kind of pranks me and my brother would pull on each other, you know? And that, you know, a father is supposed to have a different sort of role in a kid's life. I don't think that I agree with the kids being taken away, but whatever. It's really none of my business. It's none of your business either, though. That's kind of my point. Is this going to be the new crusade against you for the next 2 months? I don't know. I don't think so. Since you're rocking, do a barrel roll. I'm not good enough to do a barrel roll yet. I'll let you know when I am. TJ, I just sent a super chat, you dunce. Sorry, I didn't see it. My bad. TJ, are you with me? Yes, I'm with you now. Huge ass. Super chat, would you prefer a girl who is shy and innocent, perhaps even a virgin, not saying she wouldn't be into your kinks, or a girl who is sexually forward and open? I'm definitely more into sexually forward, open girls than I am demure virgins. Give me a girl with some experience. How important, if at all, have your friends, the peasants, been in dealing with depression and social anxiety? I really don't rely on other people to deal with my depression or anxiety. I deal with that shit myself. I try not to. I try to keep things light with other people. I try not to lay heavy shit on my friends and acquaintances and whatever. TJ, what's the most complex book you've ever finished? The most complex book? I don't know. Probably some of the Pinker stuff I've read. Um, Steven Pinker. Nothing like insanely academic or anything. You know, just pop science shit. TJ, do you think communism is a good idea? I think it's an idea with its heart in the right place, or at least it was when it was initially conceived. I tweeted about this a few days ago. How I think Marx's criticisms of capitalism were very good, and he's not really given credit for that because communism was such a failure. I think the deconstruction of capitalism by Marx was really quite nice. His proposed solutions, they failed to account for human nature. Um, Human beings are self-interested creatures. They're motivated by greed. They're motivated by rising within the social hierarchy. So if you try to create a system where there is no social hierarchy and everybody's equal, and no one can really get ahead, and you know, it just creates laziness. It creates lethargy. Um it creates no accountability. I don't think Venezuela is communist. I think it's just you know, authoritarian socialist. But yeah, I think obviously it's not a good state. Obviously, that's not a good system of governance. You know, human beings are hierarchical creatures. They need that hierarchy. They need that ability to uh, accumulate wealth. Socialism equals communism. Not really. Capitalism equals greed. Yeah, but greed is already part of the human animal. Capitalism just exploits that greed. It doesn't create it. TJ, what wrestlers would you fuck? Uh, I'm not really too much into muscle men and shit, so that kind of inhibits that a little bit. But I don't know. I like the bigness of Braun Strowman, so I guess I'd be kind of inclined there. There's not many people who can dwarf me, so that'd be kind of interesting. But usually, I definitely prefer more of like a twink-looking male. Divas are also wrestlers. Well, if we're talking about them, Naomi is definitely my favorite. She's got a huge ass. I really enjoy huge asses for sure. Oh, I hear Paul. Disgusting Paul. TJ, why do you commercialize your pink DP shirts as being exclusively for girls? You can still buy one, dude. I mean, I don't know. You can have a pink shirt and be a boy. It doesn't matter. You can do it. What do I think about the new Dark Tower trailer and the controversy over Roland being cast as black despite his race's role in the book or whatever? I don't know. I thought the trailer looked really good. It's obvious they've changed a lot from the books, but I think that the changes they've made, to me, they look like they make sense. So I'm looking forward to it. I showed Chelsea the trailer. She's read some Stephen King, but she didn't really know about the Dark Tower stuff. And she thought the trailer looked interesting, even not knowing it's from Stephen King, so I think it's pretty cool. I think it looks good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm definitely going to check it out.
Hello to you.
Hey, Paul.
What up?
What up, nigga?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Sit on down, man.
What you doing?
Hypothesizing.
Oh, I was doing that earlier, man.
Did you watch Ghost in the Shell? No, I didn't. It got such bad reviews, and people who I know who'd seen it basically told me it was visually pretty, but kind of substantially lacking, and that was exactly what I was afraid of, so I didn't have the heart to go pay money to see it at that point. But I'll probably watch it when it's out on fucking video on demand or whatever.
Blow Paul Orange Stream, dude.
Blow Paul Orange Stream.
What a great fucking suggestion, man. Why do you get all the good suggestions on your stream?
Paul's looking like a sexy pirate.
Really?
I don't really think he looks very piratey right now, but sure.
More like maybe an old salty fisherman or some shit.
Yeah, salty fisherman. That makes more sense. I saw Ghost in the Shell. It kind of sucked. An okay popcorn movie. Yeah, I really wanted it to be more than that, though. But I was pretty happy with Guardians of the Galaxy, too, so whatever. Paul, do you still play Skyrim?
Not really.
No, he doesn't. What movies am I looking forward to this year? I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Kingsman. New Star Wars. I'm not insanely looking forward to any of those, but I'm probably going to see at least those 3 movies in theaters.
Alien Covenant.
Okay, well, I'll probably see it, but just because of you.
Come on.
But I hope it's good. I just feel like it looks like a remake of Alien, and I don't know if I want that. Blade Runner 2049? Yeah, I guess so. I think it could be good, or it could be a piece of shit.
I just wish that they weren't, like, bringing fucking Harrison Ford back into it. That's the one thing about it I don't like.
Yeah, I kind of feel you on that.
I just didn't need it, you know what I mean? I'm okay with them making a new Blade Runner movie that doesn't involve the original dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like his character was super central to the movie. I mean, like, it's more about the universe it takes place in and stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess I really don't object to his inclusion. I just don't know if it's necessary. But
I just hate that.
I have to see the movie, I guess, to see how he's used before I can really make that determination.
I just hate that little nostalgia clit diddle that every fucking movie feels like it has to give you when they're doing a remake or a reboot or a continuation of an old franchise. They feel like they got to have the old one come out and do their last little vaudeville routine. I'm Harrison Ford, and I used to be in this film, and here I am again, so you remember that, right? It's like, no, man, come on.
Yeah.
It's cool. I've seen the movie. I know Harrison Ford was in the first one. He's old as fuck now. Can we give the man a rest, please?
Give him a rest.
Like, even if Decker's still alive in this universe, he's shitting his pants, man. He's geriatric. He's old. He's crippled.
He's crippled. Paul is touchy because he is gay. That's an interesting theory.
That is, no. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm touchy with everybody, though.
Yeah, Paul's a touchy guy. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they use him well, it could be fine, but I agree. It's probably...
I just hope he's not central to it. I hope it's not like we're having to go recruit Decker for one last fucking mission, man. No.
I just hope he doesn't, you know, since he is in it, I just hope they don't do the cliche, like, he dies, you know, like, we need to see him die. He's old now, so he dies.
Like, is Harrison Ford just gonna come back as all his iconic old characters and for
die.
one croak? You know what I mean? Like,
Indiana Jones 5, he dies.
He's just in bed the whole time while Shia LaBeouf runs around and calls him on his cell phone every once in a while.
And then he dies.
Hey, Pop, I found the idol of Montezuma. Oh, that's good, kid. That's good. He's on chemo and shit. Like, why do I need that?
You don't. You really don't.
Yeah, Star Wars is the same thing. Yeah. Gotta bring old Han back so we can kill him. I bet they're wishing they'd killed Carrie Fisher instead.
Yeah, dude, because then they wouldn't have...
Whoops.
Apparently she's going to be in the next 2 movies, though. I guess they shot enough with her that...
Oh, man, that's sad that they're not just writing her out.
Nope. I mean, she already shot her scenes, I guess, so whatever.
How did she... I don't believe that she shot all of the Princess Leia scenes for the next 2 fucking films.
No. I think she was done with her shoots for the second film.
Maybe.
I think they're probably just going to shoehorn some shit of her in the third one. They said they're not going to do any sort of, like, computer regeneration shit or anything, so... They're not going to do that, like, Paul Walker-esque resurrection stuff.
Creepy.
So, I mean, I think it could be done well. I don't know. I kind of like the nostalgia thing with the Star Wars thing, but Draco, what's all this Draco shit?
Probably a raid.
Draco.
People send their fans
Draco.
over to like make you say words, and
Draco.
they're like, "Yeah, man."
Draco War.
They said a word, man.
Draco.
And they look, man. We repeated it, and they said it.
Draco Tunisia.
Earlier, it was a bunch of, like, Polacks that came in, and they were like, Shawuski! And they kept, or whatever the fuck it is, you know, that awful Slavic bullshit they spout.
Yeah, dude. Horrible.
Husnamushkak! And I'm like, get out of here, you fucking Polacks.
Get out of here.
Shoo.
Son of a bitch.
Shoo, you crazy fucking Polak pieces of shit.
Admiral Tarkin was freaky. You know, I've heard a lot of people say that since that came out. When I saw it in theaters, man, I don't know. I had no criticisms of the face regeneration technology. It didn't really look weird to me.
It took me a second to even figure out what was going on. I didn't know that they had done it. So when he showed up, I thought maybe they had pulled old footage of him and cleaned it up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was done pretty well, but a lot of people claim it looked weird. So, I don't know. Maybe my eyes just not as sharp for that shit as some other people.
Maybe not.
Who are you people? Go fuck yourself. Tunisia, Draco, Tunisia. Here, there's a real person.
It may be.
Paul, since this is your channel, how do you feel about Salty Paul and the constant trolling of you on DP? I see a lot of offended comments over it, but feel like you're not a thin-skin homo bitch.
You know, the Salty meme is new, I guess, or newer to the Drunken Peasants podcast, but it's not a new meme to me. My friends have been making fun of me for being salty since I was, you know, in middle school and shit, and it's something I kind of accepted about myself a long time ago. I am salty as fuck. Yeah, I don't like losing.
I would say Paul's a pretty salty guy.
I get, you know, I carry a lot of resentment about things when they go wrong in my life. I don't let go of things easily. I don't hold on to grudges all that much, but when it comes to just like getting fucked over in life, that shit just sticks with me for a long time.
Yep. $5. Pronounce my name, faggots. Give it a righteous effort. Oh shit. Mieczyslaw Sarnowski.
Yeah, Mieczyslaw. Yeah, I guess that's about right. Mieczyslaw Sarnowski. Sarnowski, whatever the fuck. Fuck your name.
Your name sucks. Fuck you, fuck your mom. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck, Draco, fuck you, faggot.
Thanks a lot, Draco, for sending all your morons over here to type fuck you over and over again. That was cool of you.
Pretty awesome.
Maybe he's trying to provoke a counter raid. Whatever you do, don't ever go to Draco's channel. Don't ever look at anything he ever did. He's a piece of reprehensible garbage.
Don't ever do it. No matter what you do. Drug culture.
Yeah, buddy. Drug culture.
The walrus was Paul. What does that mean?
Goo goo cuckoo cachoo.
Glanderson Booper. Why are people disliking it? Because we have some raiders in here, dude.
Maybe he's mad. Maybe these are more Polish people.
Damn Polacks and their shit.
And they're mad because I called them on being the stupidest race of people on the planet.
You ever heard that there's Polish jokes, dude.
There's lots of them.
Yeah.
I told one earlier.
Oh, you did? What
Yeah.
did you tell?
Like, how do you piss off a Polak?
How?
Put him in a circular room and tell him to pee in the corner.
I remember there's a Polish guy. He walks into his house, shows his wife and kids this dog turd in his hands. He's like, "Look what I almost stepped in."
Polish people are stupid.
They are, dude. Fucking stupid Polak pieces of shit. Paul, I disagree with you on male butts. I think male butts can be... What? Just as sexy as female butts.
Okay. Well, I disagree with you on your disagreement with me, so fuck you.
Fuck you, bitch.
Man ass. Nobody likes a man ass.
Man ass.
Man ass is gross and hairy and muscly. Woman ass is round and supple and jiggly.
Yep. Why won't you shave, Paul?
Because I don't have to.
TJ or Paul, can you do some stereotypical Mexican gangster whatever? Paul can. I can't.
Yeah. Orale, vato. What's going on, ese? I haven't seen you around these parts in a long time, man.
The Draco guy is just rating every live stream and he and his fag buddies can find. Cool.
Oh, cool.
Sounds like a worthwhile...
Yeah. That sounds
thing.
pretty gay.
It sounds really awesome to me. I mean, I think that's cool.
Why aren't we doing it? Why aren't we sending an army of trolls around to...
We should be, man. We should be like, yeah, go raid that stream.
Yeah, go over to Draco and tell him to suck my dick. No. That's what he wants, probably. He wants people to get mad and counter raid him. So it gets people to view him.
Dear TJ and Fuck Egg. Your name is Fuck Egg now, Paul.
Fuck egg?
How do you feel about psychedelic drugs? Do you think any aspect of tripping is spiritual? I don't really believe in spirituality, but it can feel spiritual for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I like psychedelic drugs. I take them as often as I can afford to.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. I enjoy myself. I've never really had a terrible experience. I can't really say I've ever had like a bad trip or anything like that, so...
Yeah, I mean, even the trips that I've had that have been scarier, I don't think I'd classify as bad. It's just different. Acid has different edges, you know?
Acid or shrooms. I like the effects of acid more, but I like the duration of shrooms more.
Yeah, acid is kind of a time commitment. You know what I mean? Like, if you drop acid, you're basically, not only are you done for that day, but you're done the next day, too.
Yeah, you gotta, like, almost set 2 days aside for an acid trip.
Yep.
Because you gotta have the day of the trip, and then you have to have, like, the day of recovery from the trip.
Yep, the come-down day, where you don't feel quite right. And then, yeah, shrooms, you know, you trip for, 5-6 hours, pretty hard, and then you chill out, and the next day you don't even know you tripped, usually.
Yeah. But they're not as, it's not as profound a feeling, though.
That's true.
That's just bad acid, friends. No. There's always a recovery day. Usually, if you go through, like, some kind of, like, 10-hour to 12-hour gauntlet of fucking laughter and hallucinations and shit, you're not just gonna wake up the next day and be like, yep, I'm fine now.
Yeah.
Right back to normal.
typically you wake up and you're sore from head to toe. And mentally, it takes a little while to connect back up sometimes.
Yeah, it's like you look around the world and it's like, okay,
Oh yeah, this.
this is where I live. That's right.
Gross.
Clean acid isn't as bad in my opinion. Well, last acid we had was really clean because it was made by a fucking professional chemist and shit.
Yeah, it was potent as fuck.
It was very potent. DMT's high time isn't worth it. I was always told that even though a DMT trip only lasts like 20 minutes, it feels much, much longer.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm not real interested in doing it personally.
I'd be interested in trying it.
I don't like that total loss of control shit. I like to have one foot in reality.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing what it's like to just take the plunge into like the world of fucking fractals and demons and shit. TJ, have you heard of a YouTuber by the name of Styx Hexenhammer 666? Yeah, isn't he some kind of white supremacist or something? I think I've seen a video or two of his. He seemed like a smart guy, but I don't really agree with those politics. How long do you plan on having a scalped face? I don't know. It's already growing back, as you can see.
Yeah, dude, he's got a good little fucking beardlet going now.
It's coming back in, so I'll probably just let it. Styx is not a white supremacist. Okay, I must have been misinformed on that then. Stubble Paul. I love you, Paul.
Nah, dude.
The scruff reduces the lesbianism. Only a little, though.
Only slightly.
Only very slightly. What's your opinion on humans integrating into technology, i.e. cyborgs, nanotech, tech tattoos? I'm a supporter of the transhumanist movement and shit. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't augment ourselves wherever possible. I certainly don't think the human creature is perfect in its current incarnation.
Nope.
So I don't really see much of an issue with trying to improve it.
I think we owe it to ourselves to do it. I think that to not do it would be just a profound waste of our brains.
I mean,
We've reached a point where we're on the cusp of making evolution a foregone conclusion and being able to take control of that evolution and replace things in our bodies with things that are 10 times better than what biology gives us. Why wouldn't we do that?
yeah, I mean, if I could get a heart that, or I get lungs that are impervious to cancer, or a heart that's more efficient than the one currently in my chest, or somehow, augment my intelligence, add, 20, 30, 40 IQ points or whatever.
Your vision, your hearing.
Yeah, I mean, like, why would I turn that down?
Being able to directly intercede in your consciousness, with a direct brain interface. You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't we do that shit?
Yeah, it all seems good. I don't see any reason not to do it. I think the arguments against it tend to be rather emotional and sentimental.
Yeah, man, we can't pervert our fucking bodies, man.
I don't think there's anything sacrosanct about our bodies. So.
No, I don't think anybody agrees that there is. Not in practice. They might emotionally agree that, but when it comes down to it, if they've got to lop a leg off to save their bodies, they're gonna do it.
Yep. Would either of you guys want to be a cyborg, though? I mean, I wouldn't want to be like a fucking mech fucking thing. Like,
I don't want to be the first test subject that's like, please kill me, beep beep bloop, oh god, the pain. I don't want that. I'd like to be down the road a piece, like, yeah, we've tested this shit, and you'll never have a heart attack now. We'll just give you this fucking heart. I'll be like, yeah,
there you go.
And some eyes where you can zoom 20x. You know what I mean? Directly. We'll give you those too, and you can change colors too if you want that package. Sure, why not?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to really like RoboCop-esque cyborg. No.
What have they done to me?
Yeah.
What have they done?
I'm not down for that. But
no. But yeah, dude, if they want to give me wings and shit, I'm down.
Will cyborgs be allowed in your cult, Paul? I think it's pretty obvious from what he just said.
Yeah,
that they
man.
Would be.
Absolutely.
What if the government uses the tech in our bodies against us? That's definitely a real possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit premature for people to say like we shouldn't pursue this because it may give the government some ability to intercede. But yeah, I mean, you got to keep that in the back of your mind. Anytime that you're replacing something in your body with something that can receive a signal or whatever, or responds to some kind of outside influence, there's room to be tampered with, I guess.
Are you guys on drugs right now? No.
I'm high. Does that count?
I'm not even high.
Shit.
TJ and or Paul, have you ever used a firearm recreationally?
Yeah,
I have not.
I did when I was a kid. I used to shoot skeet.
Skeet, skeet.
Skeet, skeet, skeet. Oh, skeet, skeet. And I used to shoot handguns and shit.
When is Paul not high? I don't know.
That's a fantastic question. I'll get back to you on that. Let me have my people call your people.
Straight edgy. Are you high? We just answered that.
Oh, yeah, I just said I am.
Did Ashley have a good trip?
She did,
She
yeah.
seemed to.
Yeah, she enjoyed it. I was happy. It's her first trip, so it's a pretty mellow, giggly trip for everybody throughout. She seemed to really enjoy herself, and I'm happy that it went that way for her.
Have you heard of Neil Harbison? Sorry. His brain has Wi-Fi. Best way to keep out mind control as a cyborg is to make sure you don't have any wireless connects. Okay. Well, I'll worry about that when it's actually a reality.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these things may not need a wireless connection to be manipulated. If you're talking about something that has like a computer at the core of it, that computer could be programmed to do something at a certain date and time, or with a certain stimulus. You know what I mean?
EMP all the cyborgs. Please don't.
No, dude, there's gonna be EMP shielding on that shit.
What was your worst time getting lost? I don't know. I've definitely been lost a few times. I don't think I've ever been so lost that it's really like a story or anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've been lost a few times coming home where I thought I kind of knew the way back home, took a wrong turn, ended up way, off course and shit, but nothing real interesting. Just,
Yeah, nothing that's...
whoops, I don't remember this town coming up here.
Yeah.
Fuck, we went 60 miles in the wrong direction. Whoopsie daisy. Turn around, go home.
Get on the freeway and drive the wrong way for a while or something.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. How often do you and Paul fight since you live together now? We don't live together, but when we did, I don't really remember us fighting about much of anything. I mean, usually when Paul and I fight, it's over some kind of stupid shit like a movie or something.
Yeah. I wouldn't really call it fighting. It's like arguing.
Just arguing about some kind of pop culture shit.
And we get along pretty good.
Is Scotty dead?
Yes.
He's dead. D's nuts. Alright, I think I'm gonna end this, and me and Paul are gonna go fucking have sex in the back room.
Cool.